Hello.
Welcome back.
How are you feeling, Ben? We're on day 4 of like Pride antics.
I'm full of beans still. I'm still at the back lane bar.
I've had a dance with Costa at Leicester's for the pool party and just kind of chilling there.
Oh, well, I didn't get an invite to that.
What can I say? It's all about who you know.
So today, Ben, I think it's time to have a little reflect and chat about Chris Pappas.
Chris Pappas.
First gay character on the permanent cast. He was part of that whole Summer, Tash, Andrew crowd, wasn't he? And he wasn't out at the time.
Do you think you're gay?
That was a whole other kind of like Lana-esque coming out storyline. He had a crush on his best friend Andrew.
I'm a big boy, right? You can say no and I'm not going to run off in tears. Eh? Okay. Good, just don't make a habit of it. No, I won't. I know Summer's not gay. It's you. You've got a thing for me. But I'm not gay, okay? Yeah, I know, but I can't help it. Well, then you better get over it. Well, I don't know what to do. Just stay away from me.
Again, it was another milestone moment for Neighbours, because whilst they'd had that whole lesbian storyline, for some reason, gay men were more controversial.
And what was really nice about Chris's story was it felt like we really saw a journey of a young boy struggling with his sexuality.
I want to tell you. I need to tell you.
And also his family's reactions, his friends' reactions. What's really important is that for a young gay person who's coming out, it's really important to see the struggles. That's the reality of it.
Yeah. Unfortunately for us, it was too late. We'd already done all that. But like you say, it was nice because he was on it for 5 years. We got to see that whole journey of coming out. And then it took a while for him to actually have any romance. His first boyfriend was Aidan, the nurse. And even then, once they met, it still took a while for them to even kiss on screen. Like that was a whole other kind of milestone moment.
Like today, is it when you've got bloody Jason Grimshaw from Coronation Street practically having jiggy jigs with David Tanaka in the Backpackers?
Oh my, can you believe that? That scene, the raciest sex scene in Neighbours history.
I am Inga, and for the special message, I am here for you.
Gay, straight, bi, Bouncer and Rosie. That was the raciest sex scene I've ever seen on Neighbours.
What was really touching about it was about Raph kind of embracing his body after, because he had all the scars on his back.
It was very tender, wasn't it? It showed two men being loving with each other and being caring to each other in the run up to,
You would never think twice seeing, Roxy and Mark Brennan kind of leaping on top of each other.
What I loved about Chris's journey and him and Aidan was we got these tiny little moments that kind of started to make gay relationships on Neighbours normal. Like when he was dating Nate, after he got beaten up by Josh, there was just a tiny moment when Nate got into bed with Chris whilst he was recovering in hospital.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's great. So now we're both going to sleep in this tiny little bed.
Well, that's why spooning was invented.
And they were just spooning. And I thought that just blew my mind to see two men in the same bed together in a really loving kind of moment and caring moment.
I thought there was something really touching and beautiful about the two of them together.
Because I love you. I love you too.
Because Nate had all that PTSD related to when he was in the army, and they kind of helped each other. They both helped each other through some really difficult times. And I think Chris's character kind of blossomed because of his relationship with Nate. Do you remember when he almost buried Susan alive?
Oh, yes.
Doesn't have much luck with them, with holes in the ground, does she?
Oh. Remember when she caught PTSD from Nate?
Just taste some wallpaper.
Wallpaper.
Well, who can blame her, to be fair, when you get clobbered in the head with a spade and fall into a grave?
One other thing I loved about Chris was his love life was a disaster. Finally, I was seeing my life reflected on screen.
But Chris paved the way for your Nate, for your Aaron Brennan, for David Tanaka, Chloe, for Naomi, Mackenzie. And how amazing is it that now in 2020 we have a trans character on the main credits of Neighbours?
Yeah, played by someone who themselves is trans. So, like we were saying, how it would be for us growing up to see ourselves reflected on screen. For all those young people out there who don't see themselves on television, they've now got this character in Mackenzie where they can see themselves and also watch her journey as, you know, she struggles with being accepted by her father.
I was there when you were born. It doesn't matter how much you dress it up. You're a boy. Nothing can change that.
How she kind of navigates her first relationship with Richie. That's a beautiful. Well, I really love Richie as a character, and they're showing this teenager fall in love with someone you wouldn't expect them to fall in love with, because he was the school bully, wasn't he? And now he's writing silly poetry and
Mackenzie, you are stupendzy.
just being an all-round great person.
What I thought's been great as well is it hasn't just been about, oh, she's accepted. They've actually explored people not understanding and saying the wrong thing and making the wrong decisions. Like Dippy kind of fluffed up a few times. Susan Kenzie, that scene in the school when all the parents were complaining about where Mackenzie would go to the bathroom, and Susan kind of was like, oh, it's fine, we'll just put you in the disabled toilet. And it's like, at the time I was like, oh my god, you can't say that, no.
So while the police are investigating, it might be in your best interest to use alternative facilities.
Right. As in
the disabled toilets.
But what Neighbours did was they showed Susan learning from that, and I think that's great, because I think as an audience we learn from the mistakes that the characters make, and then hopefully we don't make those mistakes ourselves in reality. Actually having Georgie Stone on the writing team and working with them to bring a lot of truth to the story has worked wonders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where are we at the minute?
We are 1-1.
1-1.
We are both doing terribly.
You might be. I'm doing pretty well for me.
Well, yeah, and your point, I could dispute that point you've got as well.
You can dispute it as much as you like, babes, but our producer. Anyway, so talking of Chris Pappas, he went on to have a child with Lucy Robinson. Can you give me the name of their child?
Yes, I can, because it's named after Lucy's mum, Anne. Her name's Annie.
Tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm back in the game.
Okay, come on, Benj. Hit me.
Can you tell me the names of Chris Pappas's parents? And this time I need both names.
What is this double named questions? It's unfair.
You could get half a point if you get one of them.
Is one? I want to say George and no idea. Christoph Senior.
Okay. Oh, hang on. So what is your answer?
George.
George. All right, you've got half a point. George is correct. And his mother's name is Patricia.
Oh no! Oh my God!
You should have more confidence in yourself.
George, shouldn't I? It was Todd's grave all over again.
My 2 to your 1 and a honey. It's still all to play for tomorrow. One of us is going to be crowned the winning neighbour. And for once, it could actually be you this time.